So guys, we are back and ready to kick off the second map of the game, and as you can now see, I have actually put the scale of the HUD up, something that I forgot to do earlier, and also forgot to do yesterday. But you can now see the names a lot better and stuff like that, so that's good. So Train going to be map number 2, and as you can see, ROCKSTAR have just won that knife round, which means they are going to start on, guess which side, the CT side, the traditionally strong side, here on Train, and that does not bode well for CRG, does it? Not at all. This is not going to go well, in my opinion, for them. Yeah, the screen looks dark because it's actually in black and white between rounds, if you didn't already notice that one. Just saying. Place your bet 16-0, 16-1. I'm not sure. I hope we see a closer game this time. I hope that we see a somewhat closer affair of things. But I'm not 100% confident that that's going to happen, guys. I have to be honest with you. ROCKSTAR have just looked so very, very good. And here is the first kill. Exist. Make that 2 kills. Double from Exist right at the start. He's looking for number 3 as he spots a man down by the end of the train, which is formerly known as Pop Dog, but it's no longer Pop Dog Train, which makes Joe sad. Bring back Pop Dog. That's the most important thing about this map. Exist will finally go down to Tazzy, but Freiburg and PTK are there to mop up the final 3. And that will be 1-0 CT side pistol round 1. By, okay, game sounds a little bit louder. CT pistol round 1 by ROCKSTAR again. That puts them in, well, a strong position. I feel like I'm a parrot repeating myself once again for this, but it's a strong position on a CT-sided map. They're going to really struggle with this one. Let's try and get around to the terrorists, see where they're hanging. Get Right's there with a shotgun in the face of Douglan. Eagles coming down here. Tazzy actually will drop PTK. Minder gets himself one as well, but Freiburg and Exist chipping back in to give the man advantage back over towards ROCKSTAR. And where is the last man? There he is, Midner. Can he do anything? Shotgun's all well and good when you're in ladder room. But both of these bomb sites are fairly exposed. And in comes Exist from the back with the knife. Again, another knife kill from Exist. And that, that will be 2-0. Yeah, and for those of you that have actually having your first time of seeing Train, I suppose, for some of you, yeah, the whole train system is a little bit different. Some of them don't have ladders at all. Some of them only have ladders on the side. There's a grenade from PTK to get the first frag of this round. But definitely Train is very different. The outer bomb site in particular is nothing like the Train of old. Here is Get Right actually will get shot by his teammates. Douglan is going to get 1 kill back with the Deagle. And another one there onto Exist. Can he finish any more off though? No, he can't. Shotgun from long range is going to make it 3-0. So that means we have now the 3 rounds out of the way. We're going to see AKs on board. But wow, Exist with an AWP. Definitely not his usual role. Here we go, Tazzy outside of the fence down at the side yard, as it is now called. As Exist will pick off Razet. Tazzy is there as well, but he's kind of locked in position now. If they pushed up onto him, he'd have to get the kill, otherwise he's not escaping. This grenade's going to go out. Will it catch anyone? Actually, did like no damage there. Kevin did get a frag on this outer area in the process as well. But here we go with a peek around. Forrest does drop Kevin. Tazzy did deal with Freiburg though. As the flash goes in, Exist will actually turn his back to that one. Misses most of the flash that came out. There's a brilliant shot onto Midna as well. Now we're in a 2 versus 2 as I say that. PTK's picked up. There's Exist again. 1v1. It's Exist versus Douglan. And Douglan needs to be real careful as to where he shows himself at this point of the game. The grenade comes down. And Exist is just looking for that slight bit of a shoulder or a leg to shoot away. Douglan has got the bomb down though. That's a big, big play. Now Exist switching it out there. Douglan's going to get the kill. And first round won. A little bit earlier on this time for CRG.
Okay, let's go.
I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat as well, guys. You know, if you've got any questions, I will try to answer them. Obviously, I want to commentate the actual game that's going on as well. But I think since we've definitely got a lot of new people to the CS scene itself, and certainly to go as well, it's cool to maybe answer a few questions. Here we go then. Flashes out into the ladder room. CRG going to try and hit this outer site once again. I say it's not been successful. They won that last round on the outer side. It definitely wasn't as smooth as they would have hoped for it to be. As Douglan does get the first kill. We were on board for that one as well. Midna picked off by Get Right. They're looking for more here. And actually Douglan down to just 6 HP as a big flash comes out. Can they turn a flash into kills? Not quite just yet. But there is PTK and Get Right again with the deagle. And it leaves just a 2 versus 1 now as Douglan will make it a little bit safer. Bomb will be planted. There is PTK. He's got 9 HP, which means he's probably not going to be able to do this one. But we're going to stay on board with him anyway. And well, it didn't last very long, did it? Razza was there, ready and waiting. Jonathan Wass style. And now we're 3-2, so, you know, CRG, they're not doing bad. Actually, yesterday, this was their map choice against Mysterious, the Russian side that they beat in the semi-final. They actually lost this map as well. They, on the CT side, gave a lot of rounds away. In fact, I think they won the CT side, but it was only 8-7. And there's a good question. If CRG somehow managed to win this one, what is the third map? The third map will be Dust 2 if they manage to pick up this one. They do coin toss for the map. They did it actually before the game so that we'd know all 3 maps. Ooh, that's a terrible grenade from Razza. But they've picked up the opening kill of the round. Important pick as he gets stabbed by his teammate. That's always a nice thing to happen. Do I have an idea which will be added to IEM games list, or is it going to stay with 2? If I had an idea, I wouldn't be allowed to say anything. So that's all I'm going to say. But with 40 seconds to go, Terrorist needs to get a bit of a shift on from this one. This is an eco round, actually, by the looks of things. ROCKSTAR pretty much went all out in round number 4, which apparently doesn't matter anyway now because these weapons have been given up. Grenade's going to go in towards this top ramp, and as that one goes in there, he's got no kit. Razzie comes in the side. Here is Get Right above him. Gets the headshot from, actually wasn't a headshot, but the kill nonetheless from above. And we're into a 1 versus 2. Kevin's coming down the lower ramp. Forrest is going to cover his teammate here, but is he going to get the kill? No, he's not. Forrest will drop him, and Get Right is going to get the defuse. And ROCKSTAR on an eco round managed to bounce back. Do you guys think I should buy Source? I'd probably wait for a month and a half and buy CSGO. I mean, Source is not that expensive and Go's not going to be that expensive either. They already announced $15 price point, so pretty cheap. Which is, for me, exactly what it needs to be. Here we go. Kevin gets number 1. PTK and Razza will exchange the kills there as well, but Freiburg is still hanging around on this 6 train. Douglas does have an AK though, and it is 3-on-3. Flashes coming into this outer site as well. There is Freiburg and Forest. And this round just been turned on its head. Raza, now last man alive, does have the bomb though. Is going to be going down into this inner bomb site by the looks of things. And, well, he did go into the inner bomb site, but it didn't last very long, did it? Freiburg there, ready and waiting. 5-2 to ROCKSTAR, who are now 11 rounds away. Yeah, and Fly NL, maybe. $15 for the US, 15 euros for Europe. That's what they announced. Freiburg just chipping away there, just like a couple of rounds here, a couple of rounds there, gets the kills, will get the headshot as well onto Tazi. Exist will finish off the round, and that was an easy round for ROCKSTAR. Let's go with the terrorists here, because their money situation now is probably the most amazing part of it. Joe, do I wholeheartedly believe that CSGO will bring the 2 CS communities together for a common competitive FPS game? I'm going to be honest now, it needs to. It's not about whether it will, in my opinion. It needs to, because, you know, CS 1.6, as much as I love the game, as much as people still play it, on the competitive scene on a worldwide scale, it's just not strong enough anymore. And you're seeing that with the likes of IEM, of WCG, of Blah and Blah tournament starting to drop it out. CS Source, for me, never had the same kind of hook again, despite the fact that it's got a lot of public players. No one's denying that one. But the fact that Valve really seem to care about how this game is going to be developed competitively means that it's our best chance yet of uniting this whole scene split that we've got going on. And I hope so, because I want to cast Counter-Strike, Intel Extreme Masters and other events, and for me, I'd rather it be CSGO than not cast any Counter-Strike ever again in my life, so that's the answer. I hope it does, but I'm not sure, honestly. Here we go then. Exist and Get Right, picking up the kills. I can't believe they just won this round. 2 versus 5 that was at the end. Does someone have a kit? Yes, he do. Get Right does indeed have a kit, and he is going to get the defuse in there. 7 rounds to 2. COD 4 is the future of FPS games. Not. As much as I like casting COD 4 as well, by the way. Have I played CS Pro Mod? Yep. Oh, big flash coming out here onto the AWP of Get Right, who's on one of the new areas, actually, of this map. The newly introduced, I guess we can call it second balcony, since there is that one off to the right that was always there. There's Get Right actually missing his shot. Exist, though, won't have the same problem. Raza will go down. Get Right now going to watch towards the end of this 4 train. And underneath it as well, which is one of the big differences, that you've got good vision underneath trains, which does make it easier for the CT. So, you know, some things have been changed around in terms of balance. Some things make it easier, some things make it harder for the CT to be so strong. There is Douglas taking down Freiburg, only 11 HP though, and Forest will actually come in there and get the kill, and that is 8-2. And there are questions there about the slight blur when you get the whole zoom. Will Valve change that? Honestly, I'm not sure. It's been in there since the start, so could well stay. The thing that they listen to, you know, we've got these SE maps, which are the competitive maps. They've taken all the fog out of them, which I really, really like. The fact that they're listening to us, for once, is just the best thing that can ever happen to us. as a scene, you know. If they're listening to us, then at some point we know that they're going to get there. They're going to get it done. Right now, Forrest and Douglan just exchanging those 2 kills. We're down to a 4-on-3. Of course, the overall score, 8 rounds to 2. I'll have a look at the scoreboard after this round is over as well. PTK here on the inner side. Douglan actually 1 of 2 remaining before he gets picked off. Where is the last man? It's Raza. He's got the bomb as well. Grenade going to go in. The flash that came back caused him a few problems. And yeah, there's a good point about the flashbang as well. We saw it in action, so a good time to talk about that. So the flashbang's longer than you're used to in 1.6 and Source, but you only get 1 flashbang. Is that the right way to go? Some people say yes, some people would say no. I think it allows for a faster game, actually, when you only have 1 flashbang. That Molotov was not the best place, and actually Get Right is going to get picked off there. He's still alive though with this AWP. The shot's coming off from that side. That's a nice shot onto Freiburg from Kevin. AWP is still up though for Rockstar, but it's 2 versus 4. Not an easy position to come out of. Exist and Forrest between them, not able to come up trumps in that round. You only get fully flashed, not partially fast. That's not true, actually. There is a partial flash. So here we go then, let's have a look at the scoreboard. Get Right, 10 for 5, Exist 15 for 7, Freiburg 12-7, Forrest 9-7, PTK 7-7. For CRG, Douglan 13-10, carrying his team right now. Midna 6-11, Raza 4-10, Tazzy 6-11, and Kevin 4 for 11. Here we go, big push coming in to this lower bomb site. Bomb is there with them. Those grenades actually doing a fair bit of damage as the flashes come in as well. Can't imagine when we get vision again that this is really going to be good for CRG. And in fact, no, they're pretty much all wiped out. But there are 2 coming back. I say it's 2. It's 2 kills for Kevin, who was the last man left alive before Forrest will finally take him down. And with 2 rounds to go, that will be 10-3.
Let's move out. Roger that. Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole!
There's Raza getting the first kills of this round. Get Right did get one back from the new balcony there. Oh, he's picked off by Midna. And that leaves just 1 man left alive. It's PTK here down the back of the train yard. He's got 1 kill. Got a grenade there to toss out. Didn't do too much damage, but he's picked up another one. And he would have been looking for that kill there, to be quite honest with you. Midna will peek once again. This time hits him with the AWP. And we are in the final round of this first half. And to Matrix Kulan, Joe, FFS, you don't know nothing. In SE maps, you get 2 flash, 1 HE, 1 smoke if you like. Actually, it's not about the SE map. What's your name again? Matrix Kulan. Just to tell you that you actually don't know anything, because I was talking about this set of rules. The fact is that it's the same as any Counter-Strike where you can make a server config, and it was decided because the flash is so long that it's limited to 1. So when you tell me that I don't know anything, you should probably get your own facts right before you look like a dick on stream. So, here we go then. 2 men left for either team. Bomb is planted and ticking away. Freiburg will get one with the FAMAS. Tazzy's still alive here with the AK. Oh, they don't know his position, actually, and he's holding out fairly long here. They will finally take him down. Did he have a... Oh, he's got a defuse kit. Is he on time, though? Yes, he will be. This bomb will get defused, and that will end the first half 11-4. Sorry, Matrix Coolan. I didn't mean to own you that hard, but sometimes Joe gets in a mood, and Joe likes to stamp his authority on things. Just saying. But that's just how it is. So 11-4. This map is actually a lot closer. I think it's kind of cool to answer all these, to do this whole questioning kind of thing as well. But yeah, that's the thing, and that's exactly why the admins decided that we'll only use one. And because imagine how the flashes are if we use 2 flashes. It would be ridiculous. You'd have no chance ever to see anything that was ever going on in the world ever, full stop. So, 11-4, we're in the pistol round. I keep forgetting that we don't have times in between the halves like we're used to. CRG bringing a couple of kills back, and actually they've got the man advantage now. This bomb is ticking though. Freiburg 100 health. And I just jinxed him to death. There's Forrester, 1 bullet into the head of Tazzy, 1 bullet into the head of Razza, and he's looking for another one. He only shot 1 bullet on purpose there to try and get that last man with 1 bullet only as well. And he's maybe just done enough here. That guy's looking for the defuse. Forrest doesn't even need to peek now with 1 HP. And the guy's actually come up the ramp. Good play from Kevin. He comes up the ramp instead. Nice, Forrest in the back. Loses the round anyway. Whatever. Still, it's somewhat payback for what was going to happen a little bit earlier on.
Alright, let's move out. Fire in the hole. Go, go, go.
Third person view. It won't let me switch. There we go. It is still a beta game, guys. Sometimes, actually, between maps, I have to reconnect because you see this black and white vision that you get between maps. For some reason, it actually just stays, so you can watch the game in black and white. So I have to actually just switch it around. But yeah, it is a beta, so you know, hopefully it's doing pretty good. The sound actually was fixed quite a lot, to be honest. Oh wow, that's just a bug. Apparently, if you just press B, it goes away. Yeah, but when you're in spectator mode, I'm not sure if that's really true. I spammed loads of buttons, so it didn't work either way. Here we go, bomb planted again. Forrest gonna finish off this round, and that is 14-4. 2 rounds needed. But that is, of course, the 3-0 after the pistol round, so it's still possible. On the CT side, I'm staying optimistic. But that's not going to help. Kevin goes down without even doing a single point of damage to exist. Razit and Forrest will exchange the kills. Douglan coming in from the Z always. Does actually get the kill onto Freiburg. But that bomb's planted anyway on this outer side. And only Douglan is left here alive. There's grenades pinging his way as well. They know exactly where he is. And there is PTK, steps around the corner with the deagle, and that is match point for ROCKSTAR. If you want to talk about consoles for CSGO, I'm going to have a bit more time than 1 more round. I might answer that after the show, because if you were watching the show yesterday, I had a little bit of a rant about that one. So here we go then. Douglan actually coming up with 2 kills there before he gets picked off. Good start. Oh, Freiburg nails Midna. I like the ragdolls, I'm not going to lie. I love when you get shot in the head and you're moving at full speed, that you do literally crash and burn like that. There's Forrest with 2 AWP kills. Tazzy is now last man left alive with the bomb ticking away. And it looks like ROCKSTAR are going to become the champions here. And there we go. Exist will finish it off. Good games are called, and ROCKSTAR will become the champions of the first ever ESL Counter-Strike Go Cup, the Counter-Strike Go Opening Cup, which makes sense. And for their pleasure, thanks to the guys at CM Storm, who I'll give you a little bit more information about those guys in a minute. I'm just saying little a lot. First place then for Rockstar. They win themselves 5 CM Storm packs, which are going to be the CM Storm Trooper case, the Trigger keyboard, the Cyrus headset, and the Zone mouse, and also 3 months of ESL Premium for their team. For second place, CRG going to pick up Trigger keyboard, Sonan's headset, and Zone mouse each, plus 2 months of ESL Premium for the team. And third place, we're not sure when that third place game is going to be played, but they'll each get a Quickfire Rapid keyboard and Zone mouse and a month of ESL Premium for them as well. But yeah, just to kind of talk a little bit more about CSGO here in the future, we are going to be having Go for CSGO. If you're not used to the whole Go for system, we have it in ESL for StarCraft 2, League of Legends, World of Tanks. I think that's it. StarCraft 2, League of Legends, World of Tanks. I think that's it. I don't think there are any more. But starting in July, we're going to have Go for CSGO, powered by CM Storm. 1,000 euros of prize money every single month for that one, thanks to the guys over at CM Storm. And also, don't forget, you've got literally 2 minutes if you want to get your hands on that CM Storm bag and the Captain Cooler Master. What you have to do is get yourself over onto Facebook, which I'm going to give the URL of here on the screen in just a little minute. There you go. So you'll be able to see that now down there. If you go over to facebook.com/stormgear, there's a post on there. Say thank you to CM Storm for putting their faith in Counter-Strike Go, because at the end of the day, the money's got to come from somewhere, guys, and CM Storm doing a great job, going to be putting up that 1,000 euros every month. Say thank you to them for that, and you can also tell them that Joe sent you. Maybe it gives you more chance of winning, but you've got 2 minutes to do that, because we're going to be drawing a winner for that CM Storm bag and the Captain Cooler Master limited edition figure in just a little while. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. I might do 5 to 10 minutes of answering questions as well that you've got in the chat, so stick around. That's coming up here in just a second. So we are back then, and yeah, so if you've got any questions here for a few minutes, I guess for 5 minutes or so, I don't mind answering a couple of questions. If you're interested, you can actually fire me questions. I'm going to say on Twitter, because the chat is just going to be moving. Actually, you know what? There's only 1,400 people. Maybe we can do it in chat there. Some that I can spot on their way down. So stick your questions in there. We'll be drawing the winner in just a moment of the CM Storm bag. And we'll find out that as soon as the guys from CM Storm actually pick me a winner. And then let me know who that is actually going to be. Let's have a look then. Do I play any CSGO with my fans? Yes, I will do. Matrix, Coolan, you want to play with me now? You want to play Counter-Strike Go with me after all that I said about you in this tournament? In the last, like, 2 minutes of that round there. Aw, such a nice guy. But I will play at some point. We will have a community night here on ESL TV for stuff like that. Yeah. CSGO on consoles. Now, this can be a good 5-minute rant by Joe Miller. So, basically, Counter-Strike is the best first-person shooter team game that's ever been seen in the world on any platform. And it takes so much skill that you can't even use one of these because it's not got a wire. You can't use a crap mouse. That is a crap mouse. You have to use a good mouse because you need to be able to aim. And guess what? You can't aim properly like this. You're never, ever going to be able to aim properly like this. And I'm sure there are a lot of skilled Halo players out there that would kick my ass using thumbsticks. But I tell you what, if we ever saw CSGO on console, gave them a year to play, and then took random guys from good teams, semi-good teams even, and they played, you know, console versus PC, they would get absolutely mullered because the mouse is so much better for playing first-person shooter games. So I guess my answer to that one is yeah, there will be some CSGO on consoles, there will be tournaments for it, but it'll suck compared to PC because it's consoles and because first-person shooter games are meant to be played on the PC. So that's what about Halo? Yeah, like I said, I acknowledge Halo. Halo players are so skilled with their thumbs and at playing Halo. But if you ever had the ability to plug that and put that underneath it and play Halo, I would stomp the face out of those guys. That's how it would be. And you can't deny that. And if you deny that, you're actually blind here. So yeah, that gets that one out of the way. Let's have a look. You can play PS3 CSGO with a keyboard and mouse. I'm probably going to do that, and I'll, you know, just if I'm having a bad day, I'll just log in and play with a keyboard and mouse on PC just to demolish everyone. What else have we got? On a lighter note, maybe. No, I've got nothing against console players and FPS. I think all my friends who don't know anything really about esports play FPS on console, and I think it's awesome. And cool, I don't mind it, but for me, that's where it's at, kids. The mouse. The mouse. Is National ESL going to have any CSGO Cups? I can't tell you whether National ESL, obviously for those that don't know, the ESL in the United States of America, or North America, I suppose, since Canada, you can play from there as well. Not sure if they're going to have to, but I suppose they definitely will in the future. Joe, I know Valve is trying to make a new version of CS to the CS series with this game, but where do you think they cross the line when it comes to traditional CS, or do you think they haven't crossed the line yet? So the thing is, we have to admit to ourselves that we are kind of stuck in our ways. If it's not like this in 1.6, then it sucks. If it's not like this, that gun wasn't in 1.6. Why is that? That sucks. That's just how we are. And it doesn't mean it's actually a bad thing. We just say it sucks because it's not in the game that we used to. And, you know, for me, I used to play Battlefield 1942. Think how I've gone through it. Think how I've really gone through it, because that game was sick. And they've messed it up about 400 times since then. They really just messed it up time after time after time after time. And guess what? I don't play Battlefield anymore. But it's not also that some of these things are bad. It's that we just don't accept them. And I think one thing that we're going to have to do is accept them on a professional playing level. And the thing is, if we want Counter-Strike in any form to be accepted in these big tournaments, IEM, MLG, WCG, ESWC, blah, 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 name 20 more of them, we have to play Counter-Strike Go. There's no other way around it. Yeah, you can still play 1.6 in your mixers on Public. You can play Source in your mixers on Public. That's fine. There's still going to be cups online for them. But the thing is, the real money is going to be in Counter-Strike Go. So we have to get behind it when it comes to that. If we want to see Counter-Strike on that level, and it's not even just Counter-Strike fans, by the way. Just on that note, that are stuck in their way. Like I say, I come from Battlefield 1942. The game was out in 2002, and there's been about 40 games, I guess. It's obviously not that many since then. But it's the same with Call of Duty. It's the same with the Halo guys on console. Talk to any Halo guy on console, and they say everything's been rubbish since the first Halo or the second Halo or whatever. And it will always... I think StarCraft guys are just too nice. They just don't flame about anything for them. That's just how it is. So, do I want Germany to demolish in the final, Spain or Portugal? Well, there's 12 minutes left. Apparently it's 0-0 between Spain and Portugal. I think Spain's going to win that one. But I hope it's on penalties, and I hope that Cristiano Ronaldo misses the only penalty. in that game. Do you think the flashbang is good in pro games? Or too good? Okay. So yeah, the flashbang now is definitely stronger than it probably needs to be. That's why the tournament that was run here was only one flashbang. I think if they take a bit of flash away, then you have two flashbangs. Actually, I would have liked to have seen, and I know I'm sounding stubborn again, the source and 1.6 flashbangs. The actual effect that you got were pretty good. I don't think they needed to be that much change between them. So I hope that they get reduced a bit to the point where we can have two flashes in there as well and have that going as well. So CSGO isn't coming to don't get me started on consoles again. That's not good. Because StarCraft 2 is better than StarCraft Brood War. Could be, could be. You guys, your questions aren't getting as cool, are they? What do you think about the Molotov having a huge effect on the game? I like the Molotov. The Molotov is a new thing that we've got, and it's another one of those that everyone said, without playing it, by the way, without playing the game, said, Molotov sucks. Didn't even play the game, didn't even watch a game, didn't even blah. But for me, I think that the Molotov could be a good addition. People don't really know how to use it yet, but I'm sure that once tactics start to develop and things like that, that Molotov will get a lot more useful and will get a lot more used and stuff like that. Molotovs and water, by the way, Molotovs do burn on water due to the flammable nature of their liquid, which is less dense than the water upon which it rests upon burning. So yes, Molotovs do burn on water. What do I think of the DayZ mod for Arma 2? I've actually played it. I actually bought Arma 2 just to play it, and it's really, really good. But it's really a lot harder than I expected. Thing is, I had a really long game, and then I was walking through the woods, and I slipped off a rock, and I broke my leg. So you can basically you break bones there. And you can only fix them one way, which I didn't have any of in my backpack. And I was in the middle of a woods, and it's actually like 225 square kilometers, the actual map. So morphine, exactly, you need morphine. But I didn't have none. So I was like, do I start a new game? And then I looked in my backpack, and I'm like, I've got like weapons and hatchets and all sorts of cool stuff. And I was like, I don't want to start a new game. So I crawled for 20 minutes. So when you've got a broken bone, you can only crawl. I crawled for 20 minutes, and it was even raining in-game, by the way. I crawled in the rain for 20 minutes, and you know what happened? A zombie that I didn't see because it was behind a tree, I obviously came into its pull zone, and it was just like, nah, and it just ate me. And I crawled for 20 minutes in the rain. So yeah, it's an awesome game. It's loads of fun with friends, but it really can get really annoying like that. Ronaldo scored. What? No. I don't think so. That's a good question. Do I think CSGO will get more respected by the big brands, graphics and GPU, for the likes of Intel, Nvidia, and what have you? Yes, I actually believe that. I believe that. We all say that graphics don't matter. And actually, I think there was a quote from Carmack saying that Intel never once said that graphics were a problem with 1.6. That was never it. The whole global thing of the Intel Extreme Masters was the problem that the North American scene is dead, to be an understatement, and you need a worldwide scene. It's actually grown in Eastern Europe 1.6, so there we go. There was a follow-on question from that. Carmack said in an interview that 75% of the 1.6 community transferred to Go. Go, it will be supported in Intel Extreme Masters. Do I think it will be possible? If Carmack said it, then the actual thing happening in IEM is, yeah, sure. But if 75% of the 1.6 community come, I honestly believe that if the money is there in these tournaments at the start, the big players will come. We see Forest and Get right here. When Source was released, we didn't really see anyone from the big teams playing. I mean, yeah, we had that one WCG where they just said, it's Source. Source was a crap game back then, by the way. So there's no real wonder that it didn't really kick off. But I think if things go at the start, as I hope they will, the game's already pretty damn good. It still needs work, that's for sure, but hopefully it goes perfect. And I think we can achieve that 75% and more from the new community that will come in as well. So what else we've got? I'm gonna have one more question. I'm still looking for one. That's a good one to end with. Name three things that need to get fixed in Counter-Strike Go. Number 1, the flashes. They need to be fixed. They're too strong. I'd like to have 2 flashes. It adds more tactical depth to the game because, you know, you've got 1 flash, it's gone, it's gone. If you've got 2 flashes, 1's gone. Okay, then they're not going to be as strong. So, tune the flashes a little bit. Give us 2 flashes. The second thing, I would say spectator functioning is so important. We've already got a good scoreboard. Actually, here's the end scoreboard kind of thing. Obviously, all the players have disconnected now, but the fact that it brings the score, you know, through the actual game, so from the first half score and the second half score, and, you know, you can see everything there together. You can see the money in the scoreboard, the score, as well as the kills and deaths. The awards, I said yesterday, I don't really care too much about that one, to be honest, but that's great. That's perfect. That's a great start. What we need now is the health bars. They're already at the top in these lines. I'd like to see them a more traditional and more visible style, so maybe, you know, this kind of length on each side of the screen, like the Intel Extreme Masters or the ESL TV GUI that we have for Counter-Strike 1.6, the latest one. Have it there. Have it there. Because people need to see the health, and they need to see which guns the players have got across the board. And, you know, any features that they can add in there to make it more watchable for your random player who plays whatever game but happens to stumble across it. They need to be able to understand as fast as possible how to go about that one. The third one, this is where I'm really struggling to add things in there. Flashes definitely need a fix. The maps. I want to see some new maps. Come on. We've been playing... And don't get me wrong, I love Train, I love Nuke, I love Dust 2, I love Inferno. But let's get some new maps, please. Let's get some maps that are balanced and good and exciting to watch and allow us to find awesome stuff in different parts of them. I really think we need new maps. And I'm not talking about little maps for gun game and all this kind of thing. Yeah, leave Nuke and stuff in there. We want to still play these games, but these maps. But let us have some new maps that we can see, bring a bit of freshness into the game. It's a new game after all. Yeah, you can bring in the likes of Tusk and Mill, Fire, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. I've also heard from a lot of pro players, you know, the sound is still a little bit wonky. I think it's improved a lot from my playing, at least. Whether it's perfect or not, I'm not sure about that. But still, yeah, I'd say flashes, maps, and the spectator functions are the real important things from that. So we've actually going to announce here who is going to win the CM Storm bag and Captain Cooler Master. And just to say, guys, I have no beta keys for Counter-Strike Go. Fortunately, I am very, very sad. But if I do somehow manage to get my hands on them, I will be giving them out on my Twitter, which is @Joe_Miller. If you're already following me there. I also post, it's worth following me if you like Counter-Strike or League of Legends, because when I cast games, that's where I post the info first. That's where the stream links always are. So there we go. So if your name is Eric Boltenstahl, I guess you're from Sweden, Eric. You are the lucky winner of a CM Storm bag and a Captain Cooler Master. If you're in chat, say, woo, I won. I'm not sure if you actually did that. I'll actually post the, wow. Told you I was ill. Random sneeze just coming out. Wait a second. I'm going to post my Twitter in there, so you can follow me for that one. Also, don't forget, guys, you can get yourselves over onto this Facebook page, which you should definitely be on anyway. tell the guys over at CM Storm, you know, thank you very much, because they're going to be putting in €1,000 into Go for CSGO starting in July. Anyone, by the way, can enter those tournaments. So if you've got 4 friends, get yourselves a team ready, get some practice done, because you will have chance to play, I think, every single Sunday, actually, from that one. And then a monthly final as well. So plenty of money on the line. Thanks to the guys over at CM Storm and you know, here at ESL TV as well. For me, that's gonna be it for tonight. We finished a little bit earlier than I actually expected, but nonetheless a super strong performance, wasn't it, from Get Right, Forest, Exist, PTK, and Freiburg in the ROCKSTAR team. So congratulations to them. And we shall see you for the next installment of CSGO. I'm not sure exactly when it's going to be, but as I said, follow me on Twitter. Make sure you keep your eye on the ESL TV page as well. And also, since you're all Counter-Strike fans, you should follow this Twitch channel. If you look, I think below, you can click the heart button, which basically tells you when it comes online. You'll notice the channel's called ESL TV CS. When we do any 1.6, Source, or CSGO, it will be on this channel. So if you follow that one, then you will get notified every time that it actually comes online. So Eric Boltenstahl, don't forget to actually message the CM Storm page as well, obviously Storm gear, and you will get your CM Storm bag and Captain Cooler Master sent over to you. And guys, thanks for watching once again, and we shall see you next time here on ESL TV. Good night.